Hello traders, hello everyone. Welcome in the advanced room here at Live Education with XM, and I'm here with Benjamin to talk about markets today and this week. And markets are pretty interesting, or the situation around markets is pretty interesting. Forex fairly dead today, except the yen. Yen is moving, but in the wrong direction. Yen is getting weaker. So yeah, we are here to discuss what could it mean for us traders, and for our trading. Hello, Benjamin. How are you doing? How is it going for you?
Hey everyone. Hey, I every week right now we do have like interesting news with Trump and US. It's like a show, you know. We are coming back at the station on Monday, and we have something to discuss. Yeah, yesterday the market opened pretty like a bit red for indexes, but gold and metals wanted to rally while dollar got rejected a bit. Maybe it's because of Trump attack on Fed, let's say, like the Department of Justice um, subpoena for Powell. I'm not sure if it's the reason, or maybe the 10% credit card we had during the weekend, news during the weekend. I'm not sure, but yeah, the market is getting probably volatile. I still expect a bit of move up in January for like Bitcoin and maybe gold and maybe like in US indexes. But I think we are getting closer and closer of a correction, like probably like a sort of 10% correction within like SP 500 and Nasdaq and those kind of big indexes. I think we are getting close to this kind of correction. Not sure if it's like in a few weeks or in 1 or 2 months, but yeah, I think the setup is getting there.
Well, yeah, and one interesting thing is that, well, yesterday was so Monday, like start of the week, was a little bit peculiar. It was also after Big Friday, so Friday was pretty strong day. Here I'm having dollar yen at the moment, because one thing that is consistent, fairly consistent recently, and there are not so many things, is yen weakness, right? The yen continues to be weak tonight. Another another escalation of yen weakness. Are we? Yeah, we are breaking today, or testing, but with this kind of overshoot already, high of last year. Uh, Last year, let me, first week of the year was the high. So the remainder of the year was swing down and come back, which is actually interesting. So yen weakness is the name of the game currently still, and like on this front, probably drama with BOJ gonna come back, right? BOJ trying to stop
Yeah.
it somehow. When it comes to other currencies and overall market sentiment, you mentioned also indexes, right? For example, S&P 500 was going down yesterday, but it was first half of the day, which is like the futures market, the liquidity is relatively low. Second half of the day, when cash market arrived,
Yeah.
it recovered all the losses and overshoot the high of Friday just a little bit. So now overnight we've been having a little bit of like correction, like maybe AB, maybe waiting for C wave. That's I don't know, but they expected to correct it, and once done, try to continue, right? I mean, that would be the very natural course of action for it. So indexes were heavy. First half of the day, it was looking quite intriguing because indexes were heavy. US indexes were heavy. DAX had, let me see. I think DAX been having wonderful day yesterday. Yeah, it was pretty good day after a pretty long move up. DAX is trending. So we've been seeing some selling in the US, maybe move to Europe, right? Move of the capital to Europe, rotation to Europe. However, though, that's something under question mark. Nevertheless, DAX is right now, like after like first week of the year, breakout of the gigantic range. That's been basically 6 months, latter 6 months of last year. And that kind of sets the mood, right? Sets the technical tone for DAX. US index is a little bit lagging, underperforming right now at the moment. DAX has been underperforming for the whole last year. And I think since COVID, DAX has been, or since war in Ukraine, like Russian invasion on Ukraine, DAX been underperforming. So now it has a little bit of overperformance, a little bit of justice, so to speak. But then selling of US equities was in the first half of yesterday was paired with a dollar sell-off, right? Dollar weakness, and treasuries being sold, right? Like treasuries are heavy, and we are hearing Scott Bessent saying that there is enough cash for tariff refunds, right? Obviously, tariff refunds are right now something that is affecting the dollar, that is affecting market sentiment to some extent. And yeah, of course, we've been having gold going to new all-time high, very strong rally on gold, especially Asian session. That was a little bit unusual, but that wasn't something that is not happening. So in general, this is something happens every several days, every now and then. So very strong Asian session breakouts, kind of taking short squeeze further, right? Because it looks like short squeeze. There is this pretty nice one-to-one swing formation. So yeah, gold still strong, which feels like risk off, right? With weak dollar, which feels like the market is selling US, like the problem is in the US, but it was risk off. But then we've been seeing Kiwi, right? Like Kiwi should be going down on risk off, and yesterday it was all the way up, right? Like New Zealandish currency, very sensitive to risk sentiment, and it was up. So there was a little bit of mixing of those sentiment indicators, right? They weren't all in the same direction. Bitcoin doesn't help. Bitcoin is flat. Usually, Bitcoin is a kind of nice metric of either anti-dollar sentiment on the market or risk sentiment on the market, or both. And yesterday, if we've been having risk off and dollar off, so Bitcoin was flat, right? And maybe that's kind of confirming, or maybe it's just problem with Bitcoin. This is something I don't know, but I'm giving Mike back to you because I take it
Yeah,
for a long time.
yeah.
But
Bitcoin,
many things happening. It won't be easy to, like get to the source of those moves.
yeah. Bitcoin usually like a weak dollar and is like a good sentiment gauge, meaning that if we have like risk on Bitcoin and crypto, or maybe having like a good day because people try to go it's like riskier on the risk curve. But it wasn't really true for the past few months as Bitcoin has been like way weaker than the like broader US markets. So usually Bitcoin is very, very correlated to Nasdaq, let's say. I think there is like a correlation of 0.7 or 8, so pretty high correlation usually. But the past few months, even if the correlation was still there, basically the skew wasn't was negative, meaning that Bitcoin was overall more bearish and weaker than Nasdaq. So basically, people are going into Nasdaq um, if they want to go to go long, to go bullish, and they are not going into Bitcoin right now. It's not used. So really, like it's in not in a good position, in my opinion, for Bitcoin right now, because like the risk, like it's one of the properties of Bitcoin, and some people see it as a risk asset, like, and this kind of like narrative for Bitcoin right now isn't really working. So this means that less people are using Bitcoin when they want to go risk on. Um, I s- this apart, I still think that Bitcoin has a move to, I don't know, like 98 to 104K, something like that in the next weeks. I'm long for now on Bitcoin myself. Um, wait, my sharing screen is working again, so maybe I can take the screen to show you Bitcoin if you want.
Yeah, sure. And there is Aryan Rajput here with us in the chat, in the comments on YouTube. Guys, we are on YouTube only for some 15 minutes, so we're gonna get soon to the members area at XM website. So feel free for the full session, full live education experience, because there are also other sessions. Feel free to join us there in the XM membership area. It's just email that's required to log in or to get access, and you can be with us, chatting with us as well. So of course, welcome to YouTube, but feel free to go to us to members area. Um, yeah, were you able to take over the screen?
Yeah. Do you see it right now?
Yes.
Just to be sure. Okay, so basically this is my Bitcoin chart. Um, my first idea on Bitcoin is that this is a downtrend, okay? And we are basically doing here a counter trend corrective move. So for people who using Elliott wave, this is either ABC or WXY, but just like a sort of correction, but counter trend. And the idea here for me is that we probably are doing a sort of ABC or anything like similar. And usually, so I do have two targets to the upside for Bitcoin. And the reason for that is the first one, so T1 here, first target here is basically wave A equal wave C here. So A, B, C. And it's not like a true rule in Elliott wave, okay? It's like just an idea to get targets. And usually you have equality of wave A to wave C or 1.6.618 fib. So this would be like the first target, which also could be, depending on the time frame, if it's fast or not, could be the top of this sort of uh, like channel or maybe bear flag, depending on how it's drawn in the next few days and weeks. But if we have a move like this, it would be the top of the channel, and this would be my target one. And my target two here would be basically so the same. If it takes like a few weeks, it would be the top of the channel here, which would be form like a sort of bear flag in the downtrend. Plus, it would be also like the target of this ascending triangle if it continue to work, because now we do have like higher lows into a sort of flat resistance here at 93.8, which here basically also for the people who don't know, it's the yearly open of 2025 at 93.5 or something. So basically we do have like resistance, the 2025 yearly open, and we have higher lows into it, which kind of form a sort of ascending triangle. And the target would basically be around here, about 104, let's say, which could be, as I said, if it takes like a few weeks, it would be like the top of the channel. And also something else is that we do have here the 200 daily SMA in white, this one coming in. Okay. And basically, so I look at it on Bitcoin, but for the past 10 years or more, each time Bitcoin lost the 50 weekly EMA, so I can go on the weekly, but wait. So the 50 weekly is this one, the blue one for me. Each time we lost it, we had a bounce like a bit after, and the bounce tested the 200 daily SMA each time. So the last time was, of course, in 2022 in this area.